I want to welcome you back to Black Side tonight. We're going to talk about a serious subject. There are Democrats and progressives on Twitter using racial slurs against Clarence Thomas. Is it okay? First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, hit that like button, hit that notification button, but also comment on this video. There are Democrats, progressives, and leftists using racial slurs about Clarence Thomas on Twitter. And I wonder if many of you who happen to be ADOS and FBA will accept this. Even though some of you may disagree with this decision on Roe versus Wade, what gives leftists, Democrats, and progressives the right to use racial slurs? You can disagree with his opinions and what he thinks, but remember what Malcolm said: right wing, left wing is still the same damn bird. So when liberals, progressives, and people on the left get mad at certain black people, they use the same pejorative terms that right-wing conservatives use. They go towards the race card. And I wonder if many of you who happen to be ADOS, FBA would agree with it. Would you sit there next to someone and they were using racial slurs against Clarence Thomas? He's the exact ideological difference of many of black people. But what gives them the right to use the words at specific black people who don't have the same political ideology? Do they get a pass because they're Democrats or liberals or leftists? Would you give the same leeway to white conservatives who said these same words against Ketanji Brown? It's okay to disagree with someone. It's okay to have animus towards someone. It's okay to say that this person may be a traitor to your race. But what gives them the right because they have blue check marks on Twitter and they happen to have a liberal, a socialist theology? So what happens when the black people stray away from the Democrat Party? Will these same white liberals, socialists, progressive, leftist Democrats start calling us N-bombs, coons, and every other word you can think of they were saying on Twitter? Yes, they were saying Uncle Clarence too. But you got to watch this type of language, because this language won't stop just with Clarence Thomas. This language will go with anybody who's against the theology of abortion rights, LGBTQ rights, immigration rights, and any other liberal rights you can think of. They will think that they can throw these words that they were using on Twitter yesterday while Uncle Clarence was trending. Will we allow them to use those words because they're Democrats? Because we believe that somehow they are on our side? But our conditions haven't changed? They want you to be in uproar over abortion rights, but not over reparations? But the name calling and the words they're using is unacceptable. You could call him an Uncle Tom. You could say whatever you want. But when you start going towards those words, you're not just talking about him. What, you're not talking about the rest of us? So you'll sit around and let a bunch of white liberals call a black man an N. But what if you disagree with them? When will they start calling you an N? Or calling you a coon? Or whatever other word they can put up and whatever other meme they can put up. We know who's the traitors and who's not the traitors, but that don't give them the leeway to show their left, Democrat, progressive, socialist racism. They have proved that if you are not on our side, we will unleash the dogs on you. And there are plenty of black people out there in the Democrat Party, in organizations like the NAACP and Urban League, who will not tell white liberals you cannot say those words. We know who Clarence Thomas is. We knew about him when he was put in front of Congress, what he was going to do. But today, when you use words like that, and you're giving a leeway to do it because you on one side of the ledger, but not the other side of the ledger, this is truly unacceptable. And we must stand strong against these words. When white people get angry, the first words they go to is the N-word, the coon, and whatever other word they can make up. And let me tell you, they can make some words up when they disagree with a black person. But for us to sit back and let them say these words, and there are no costs that must be absorbed by their community. You could disagree with somebody, but you can't come out here and get a pass for using these words. We know Clarence Thomas is a fool. He a buck dancing fool. We know that. But that don't give other people the right to use these type of words against him. Yes, we saw that Samuel L. Jackson called him Uncle Clarence. But once he said that, everybody jumped on it and started using racial slurs. And we can't have that. You can disagree with the decisions on principle, argue the law. But when you go after people like this, it is truly unacceptable with the name calling. And we should not tolerate it. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.